Welcome back to Studio 701. This Sunday is National Cancer Survivors Day.
And to celebrate a little early, we're going to take you back to a big moment for our next guest. It happened almost 10 years ago. Take a look.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, hang on now. Ready? Here we go.
All done. Fourth and final treatment.
I'm sure you can do that.
I can't whistle anymore.
You can't whistle.
Anita Drumchek is joining us now live on the show. As we mentioned, almost 10 years ago, that was a video of you after a long battle with breast cancer. First of all, for anyone who's maybe not had that opportunity to ring the bell, what does that indicate when you do that?
Well, that at the end of your treatment, you ring the bell. So I had 4 rounds of chemotherapy, so it was after the 4th round. And while it's such a wonderful moment for yourself, you're still in the infusion room and you still see all these other people going through chemo, not knowing when their end will be. So it's kind of a sad moment for, you know, how I felt for them, but at the same time I was real happy.
Nita, was that a moment of relief for you when you rang the bell?
Oh yes, yes, to know I didn't have to do anymore.
Yeah.
That's a big relief. You know, you get to that end and it gets hard. It gets really hard. But you know, with family and friends and reaching out to other people is a big help. You know, not to try to do it on your own.
Yeah, a lot of loved ones were around you in that video, and I'm sure still today celebrating that you did get to ring that bell. And we were wondering, for anyone who maybe has been recently diagnosed, if you have any words of wisdom for them as a cancer survivor yourself.
I would say that, you know, when you're diagnosed, your whole world changes. I mean, you just don't think it's ever going to happen to you. So when it does, you have to step back a little bit and just let yourself absorb what just happened. Don't try to make rash decisions, because immediately I was thinking, okay, I want to get rid of this. I want to get this out of my body. How do I do it? What do I have to do? And it was, I look back on that and I think, you know, slow down, slow down. Find all your options, make sure you have a good oncologist that you're comfortable with. Not just that they're so good at what they do, but also that you can relate to them. That's an important part also. So, and then just rely on family and friends to get you through it and tell them what you need, you know.
Yeah, vocalize it.
Yeah, and Nita, now it's been 10 years, 10 amazing years. Have you learned anything about yourself in this time frame since your
Oh
treatments?
my gosh, yes, yes. I mean, I grew spiritually, which is an easy thing to do during this because you have to have something to lean into. And you just really learn that you have a lot of friends out there. And I guess for those that are going to be going through it now too, that is probably the biggest thing, is just lean on your friends.
So necessary. And we're even looking at a photo of, I think, the first time you had to shave your head before doing your chemo treatments. Now, almost 10 years later, we're reflecting back, excuse me, but you found out you had breast cancer at a routine mammogram. And those are so important. We talk about those a lot on the show. What is your message to women who maybe haven't had that screening yet on why it's important to do so?
Well, I did. I went in for my routine mammogram and they found a spot, and then they wanted me to do another mammogram, and I did that, and there was another spot, you know, the same spot. So then they did a biopsy. And you know, at that point you kind of are thinking, I've got it, you know. And yes, it was there. So I guess if I wouldn't have done my routine mammogram, I don't know if I'd be sitting here today, because I would have just maybe waited till I felt it, you know, or didn't feel good. And by then it's, you know, your treatments are going to be worse. You know, just everything can be a lot, I don't know, worse, I guess. So if you get screened every year, you can catch it early. And because mine was caught early, I didn't have to have as many treatments, didn't have to be as aggressive with surgeries, that kind of thing. So it's an easy procedure. We are so fortunate that we have it. so many people don't have an opportunity to go in and get screened like we do.
Yeah, definitely get screened. And, you know, we'd like to celebrate you, first of all, Sunday being Cancer Survivors Day, as we mentioned. So thank you so much for joining us and sharing just a little bit of your story. And then also in November, we're applauding 10 years of cancer-free. So
Yeah.
thank you, Nita.
Thank you.
All right. And as we mentioned, this Sunday is National Cancer Survivor Day. So make sure you learn more about that day by visiting ncsd.org. And we'd like to move now to a place that you can go to get screened. So Women's Way recommends all women have a conversation with their healthcare provider about their risk factors for breast cancer. This will help determine when to begin screenings and how often to get screened. And if you're not deemed to be high risk, Women's Way recommends annual mammograms beginning at age 45. Women's Way can help and may provide a way to pay for your breast and cervical cancer screenings, and 1 in 17 North Dakota women are eligible for that. You can learn more about Women's Way at health.nd.gov/Women's Way. So make sure you check out that website.